Right, let's see. Where were we? Right, we're in Cambridge. That's where we are. Right. Right. So, welcome back to Trucking Tuesday. I'm Arthur Wolf, your driver, and let's see. Where are we going today, I wonder? People want stuff brought to all kinds of places, actually. Two things need brought to Kiel, but one pays more and doesn't take as long. Huh. Why are they paying so much for sawdust panels? I can't figure it out. Alright. Let's head off to Kiel. Let's see, it's from here we're going to. Great. Okay, and oh, hey, look at that. Cargo is right behind us. Well, we're off to a great start. It's probably not going to last, though. Okay, let's see, we're in Britain, so we'll be driving on the left side. That was a bit close, actually. I have to adapt to the fact that we're moving heavy cargo, so the truck actually moves slightly differently than usual. Let's see, we're off here. There we go. We're on the road. Oh, speed cameras. Of course, with cargo this heavy, I probably don't have to worry about accidentally breaking any speed limits. I can barely accelerate dragging this damn thing around. And we left city limits, so it's now 60 miles per hour. Off we go. So now that we're in an environment where I don't have to keep watch as much, how is everyone doing? It's been a week. Tell me what's happened. Because I sure as hell haven't done much at all. Mainly been lifting weights and editing videos and stuff. Seems that there's quite a set of things that's been going on, actually. Sorry to hear that you're sick, though that's never a good thing. But on the other hand, as you point out, if you hadn't been sick, you wouldn't actually been around for this, so I guess you gotta take the good things with the bad. Blood Grappling? No, there is no multiplayer in this game. It is pretty much the only thing the game lacks, in my opinion, as I brought up on the previous two streams. I really wish that you could actually have a co-pilot mode, so that you could be two people just sitting in the same truck, one person driving and the other just sitting there. That would be great. You just idle in someone's truck, get part of the salary. That would be wonderful. Or doing some convoys, as you point out, that would be pretty neat too. Australia Truck Simulator, that's what they should do next. Just driving across deserts and featureless plains on completely straight roads with no other traffic. And yes, as Blood Grappling brings up, actually, they are aiming to get this game green-lighted on Steam, so for goodness sake, please help out. Give them a thumbs up. It's definitely high quality enough to be on there compared to a lot of the other crappy titles that they're desperately trying to sell. So what is the demo mode like, Blood Grappling? I actually never got a chance to play the demo. What are the limitations that involves? You haven't actually found any limitations yet, okay. That's sort of interesting. Sounds like one hell of a demo though, honestly. Right, there are probably things that don't show up, because you don't know that they are supposed to be there, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's see. Need to fill up our tank before we head over to Europe, I think. $892.45 liters. Jesus Christ. Come on, buddy. The road is open. Come on. There you go. And now the pallet fork from Farming Simulator 2013 is brought up. And I'll say this, I've actually gotten pretty decent at lining it up and grabbing it. It still, you know, occasionally spazzes out due to the physics engine, and the pallet just basically makes a backflip off the fork, despite having no force affecting it, but, you know, video games. Let's see, we're supposed to turn left here. So let's slow down a bit. Don't want to come flying into this one. Thanks for joining us, BrainAmp. I don't blame you for forgetting Trucking Tuesdays. They are perhaps the most relaxed of our stream features. It just, you know, happens once in a while. And by once in a while I of course mean every Tuesday, because it's Tuesday Trucking, so... that sort of fell flat, didn't it? And I wish I had an actual wheel or something to play this game with. It would be really interesting. Suckers! Ah, I love being an asshole in traffic. At least in this game. And I know, Elistor, there is no rage going on. Arthur D. Wolf's joy of trucking is probably about right. I find this game incredibly relaxing. Because it does almost everything right and it works. It's just... it's almost a meditative game. You just sit there on the road and you drive, and then you arrive, and then you pick a different job and you get on the road and drive again, you know? challenge is every bit as much within yourself as it is anything else. Now we gotta spot a rain too, which means we need to drive more carefully, especially with that heavy old load we got in the back. Oh, here we got a bit of thunder going on. Now, usually while crossing we've been using the tunnel. Now we're actually popping on a ferry. It's really not that much different, honestly. Simply drive up into this, slow down. And you check possible tram technician, and you go over to Europort. Really? That's what it's called? Europort? Oh, you... Oh, the Dutch. Your language is hilarious to me. Right, here we are. Let's hop into the options and quickly change over to kilometers an hour. There we go. Now we're supposed to be on the right side of the road, so let's remember that, everyone. Turn the wipers off now. Weather seems to be a lot better on the continent. No one seems to be around, which isn't really that weird because it's 4 in the morning. How the heck is the sun up if it's 4? No, oh wait, sorry, I looked at the wrong one. It's actually 6 PM. That makes a lot more sense. Jeez. Am I embarrassing myself or what? Someone actually drove into the digger I was transporting. Nice work, bro. Blue Drellin, that is not so much a limitation of the demo as the limitation of how many recruitment agencies you found, I believe. If you've only found one recruitment agency, then only one driver will actually pop up. The more recruitment agencies you find, the larger the roster gets and the more skilled drivers you get access to. It's basically a good motivation to actually drive around in free mode once in a while and just explore a bit. See, speaking of, what is our friend up to? He's currently freighting ore from Glasgow to Osnabrück. What? Jesus Christ. So he has grabbed a 30+ hour mission. Well done. It's sort of interesting though that he can take a mission that will take him 30 hours to finish, but I haven't even gotten a single mission so far in the game that has a time limit of more than like 20 hours. Huh. What the heck was that truck doing? Jesus Christ. Yes, Blue Diabling, I do know that you get longer missions when you upgrade your long distance driving. The thing is that Henry has a lower long distance driving skill than I do. So it doesn't really make much sense. I guess maybe it doesn't actually even matter for those guys, maybe? How do I know? I don't really care either, as long as he does his job and brings in a profit. It's all about the money. And the trucking, of course, but you know, the trucking is what brings in the money. Want to see my world map later, Blue Diabling? Okay, I see. You want to check if there are any map limitations then, okay. Yeah, next time we make a stop, I'll bring it up. It would be a bit silly if you somehow managed to get the full game when downloading the demo. How embarrassing. Oh, someone is starting to talk to me on Steam. That's not going to work at all, because I'm driving. Exactly, don't type and drive. That's not good. If you ever use your phone or iPad or whatever to type and send a message while driving, you are terrible. You're a risk to everyone on the road and I don't like you. If it's so important that it has to be done now, then freaking park your car and put all your effort into it. Nothing is so important that it's okay to risk both your life and that of others in a traffic situation just to say LOL with a text message. No, seriously, it isn't. And you also very much shouldn't play Truck Simulator and drive at the same time. That is a really bad idea. So don't do that. I think we're almost getting on a new road now. I haven't headed much further east on the Northern European roads than this, so perhaps we will be seeing new areas now. Something I really like about this game, by the way, I like a lot of things about this game, but what I really like about the driving is the difference between accelerating and just letting the truck glide. Just keep using its momentum. Because as long as you have, you know, the accelerator pushed down, you can clearly tell, you can feel that it's dragging itself along. Then you let go of the accelerator and suddenly it feels almost like you're floating. Somehow they've really managed to capture that very well, how it actually feels to drive. I don't know, it's just... I find it impressive. Suspect that there's a lot of fine-tuning that went into this. Still, I wish Henry was a little more profitable than he was currently. I wonder if he's actually even going to turn a profit. He's so damn slow and he requires money per mile driven and money per hour driven, I believe, so maybe I'll actually have to pay him more than he actually brings in driving the damn thing around. It would be sort of anticlimactic, actually. The question is then, can you actually fire Henry? Is that how it works? Or is Henry like that, like a permanent fixture, like that, you know, that guy at every workplace who is terrible at his job but has been there for like 10 years? No one understands why he's still there, because he's terrible at everything and never adds to anything. He has no specific skills, the boss hates him, his co-workers hate him, but somehow he has just managed to stick around, while everyone else has left, moved on, moved up. He's just there. Almost every company has a Henry like that. And yes, I know, that's exactly right, Steve. I know this because I'm that person in the workplace. Actually, at my proverbial workplace, I am actually the CEO, but... So yeah, actually, I guess you're right. I am probably going to be sitting around because I am the CEO. I'm not really leaving anytime soon, am I? I wish you luck with that hostile takeover, Chief, because let's just say that the stocks in my company is evenly divided between my extended family, so unless you have the same last name as me, I doubt that you're going to get any. I suppose if you wait like a decade or two, I mean, my father is turning 70 next year. So, you know, maybe he'll die in like 15 years or so, and then some of those stocks should, you know, end up on the market, maybe. So if you're okay with waiting 15 years or so, and then just, you know, literally snatching my family stock away from my father's funeral, then maybe you have a chance. You could get in for like 20% or so. I would of course hate you horribly after that, as would everyone else in the family, but... Oh jeez, this hill is 40. My engine is going to stall out, damn it. This thing's heavy. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Ooh. Made it. I just keep changing lanes as it pleases me. I'm a terrible person. It's like that the road is pretty empty. I mean, if I was driving down the highway and there was a trucker driving the way I am right now, I would be pissed. But it's okay. There are no mistakes on the road. Just a few happy accidents. Remember, digital people were never alive in the first place. Got a whole column of trucks here. And apparently the game felt that I bumped into him. Well, I'll take that. And again, jeez. I am trading paint with these guys. Speaking of happy little accidents, I was about to say. I'd gladly put the blame on them, though. I'm always innocent. Blue Diabling, and in regards to the money question, I originally worked up the money to buy my first truck. And then I worked up quite a bit more money. But then I took out a big loan in order to be able to pay for upgrades of the garage and actually get an employee. Because the minimum sum to actually upgrade the garage and set things up and get the cheapest truck available from discount, in fact it was something like 350,000 almost. So yeah, it was not something I felt like doing when the most profitable missions I could find would bring in like 20,000 a piece. Basically, I prioritized progress over financial fortitude in this case. Now it's dark as hell. Jeez. It's incredibly dark, actually. I'd actually want to slow down a bit. And again, this game really does nights well. It feels like driving at night. You actually get just a tiny bit nervous. You can't see shit. Still, I must say that I've been a bit of a dick, because I'm sticking in the left lane. Which is something that a truck should never do. And yes, so I am basically living up to my moniker as a loathsome jerk by being a terrible, terrible trafficant. Again, in real life, please don't drive like this. See, we're closing in on our destination, roughly 160 kilometers to go. We ain't very far in this game. So you want more things to be illegal and punished in the game, Bloodgraveling, if I understand you correctly. I think it actually works quite well as it does, because, I mean, shit. If the game had to take a 40-second cutscene break every time you happen to accidentally do something illegal, that would get... you know, that would get old really fast. I honestly think I prefer it exactly the way it is, where it's basically a financial punishment and nothing else. You don't have to worry too much about it. Just keep driving, you know? Sure, the diehards probably don't like it, but I guess they can just hit themselves on the leg or something every time they do something wrong. I'm just glad it's not like those crazy car simulators where you have to use your blinkers for every turn and stuff like that. Only the problem is that the games are so terribly programmed that half of the times they don't actually, you know, miss the fact that you push the button and you get punished anyway. And Bloodgraveling, I'm not surprised if you actually use the turning signals, because you are you. See, that's the good thing. It allows you to do that. It allows your OCD to work out. For those of us who prefer to drive a bit more relaxed and don't actually give a shit about, you know, sticking to digital laws that don't actually affect anyone except yourself, you know, we can drive a bit more freely. And I think that's good. Basically, the game allows you to drive perfectly realistically if you want to. But if you don't feel like it and just want to treat it as a game, you can do that too. I bet there are some realism mods that adds like 700 various traffic crimes and takes away your truck driving license if you cause more than 2 accidents during your career or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. See, we're making a left turn here, so let's switch on over to right turn. Jeez. Right, not left. Right. Jeez. I am an embarrassment to trucker kind. I'm just going to blame the fact that I slept for like 12 hours tonight, so I'm just completely wrecked. Here we go, slowly entering Kiel. Bloodgraveling, I regret nothing. You have discovered Kiel. Hooray! Apparently our goal is just straight ahead too, so yeah. Let's just keep on keeping on. Green lights the whole way too, it seems. Gotcha. Bringing up the world map in just a bit. Skip walking. Satisfactory. Wow. They did not like my driving. Satisfactory is probably the worst rank I've gotten so far. Jeez. At least I've reached level 10, skilled worker. So, what skill are we going to upgrade, I wonder? Feels as if just plugging the high value fragile and just in time ones, I don't know, seems like awfully like diminishing returns somehow. Probably a 5% increase on each rank. It feels like there are a lot of better things you can spend your points on. I suppose eco driving wouldn't really hurt, but I sort of still feel like I want to save that for last, because fuel costs still aren't that bad. Really. I mean, a full refuel is still only like 1,500 euros or something like that, and I would need to do one once every 3 missions, and each mission is 20k plus. So it's not really that bad yet. ADR training though is always fun, because you get to schlep around more advanced stuff. Like gas and spontaneously combustible aluminum alkyls. Jesus Christ. And acids, of course. Everyone likes acids, right? At the store I actually already have the 2 that you need to transport nuclear warheads. I have both explosives and toxic and infectious substances. So, yeah. I am authorized to transport nuclear weapons, actually. Should we go with flammable liquids then? Flammable liquid, it'll bring gas around. Yeah, alright, why not? Okay, right, let's bring out the world map. We are here. Clear to see that I've sort of stuck to northwestern Europe so far. Almost 20% exploration. Not bad. Oh goodness. Polish city names. I will never be able to pronounce those properly, so I'm not even going to try. Ah, Praha. I've been to Prague actually. It's a really neat city. And come to think of it, I've actually been in Kiel as well. Only for a very short time though. Right. Let's find a job. I don't want to go back west, damn it. I want to bring explosives to Poland. Well, let's say we should actually start from Kiel, because that's where we are. Strasbourg, Liverpool, London, Felixstowe, Strasbourg, Luxembourg, Groningen, Hanover. Goodness gracious. Let's just head towards Hanover and we'll see if it's close enough, I was about to say. Now let's see. I do believe that we are actually already in the right place, so... Yep, there's the digger. It's the digger we just delivered, we're just bringing it on. God damn. One day I'm going to deliver cargo that someone actually wants. Doesn't just immediately send on to somewhere else. That day I will become a legend. Back the truck up, back the truck up. Bonk. Hey, wait a minute. The digger moved. Did you see that? Someone moved it. Huh. But how? Guys working out at the warehouse? Oh wait, ghosts. Oh, ghosts. Oh. Oh wait, wizards. Ghosts or wizards? Maybe it was ghost wizards. Or maybe wizard ghosts. Let's see, let's take the exact opposite route. Explore Kiel a bit instead. Red lights. There we go. "25% of the time, it works every time." I wonder if this poor Diggy will ever find a home. If people will just keep throwing him about. In any case, we should struggle to get a better rank than Satisfactory this time. I honestly had no idea that you could get a worse rank than Good Work. I suppose that shows what sort of quality people have come to expect from me, but... Oh, come on, I had passed the line. Screw your shit. Time for me to rage hard at video games. What the hell, man? What the hell? That red light was bullshit, man. Freaking bullshit. I wonder what it would look like if someone, you know, who reacts to a game like those Counter-Strike reaction videos, if they actually played a game like this. I'm sort of curious what that would be like. Just, you know, he happens to scrape his truck against something, he just goes ape shit and smashes his keyboard and starts screaming. Oh, Frankentan, you remind me of the best video at the best times. I am the law. I can't run a red light because the light's not red by definition when I'm driving. see the first traces of the dawn on the horizon. That's nice. This is really nice lighting to drive around in. There's a bit of a good mood to it. This is going to be quite a short trip, I realize, because we have already done almost a third of it. Actually, we have done a third of it by now. That's good too. Once in a while you need to make a short trip just after you made a long one. Just to remind yourself that, you know, all deliveries are equally important, some just take longer than others. Good night, Lurcopter. For those of you watching on YouTube, Lurcopter just informed me in the stream chat that he has to head to bed because he has things to do tomorrow. Oh hey, Blue finally got himself an excellent rating. Nice work. Did you manage to not tip the truck over this time? Very good, Blue Diablo. Very good. Oh hey, and you went for the manual parking bonus too. Nice. 45 experience points, here we go. Seriously, I never do it just because of that. I mean, the time you spend getting those extra 45 experience points, you could probably earn quicker by just starting another mission than doing that. Oh hey, I actually managed to hit 91 kilometers an hour. Holy crap. My truck has never gone that fast before. It's shaking apart. I know the immersion is important to you, Blood Grappling. Feel free to play the game however you please. It gives you the freedom to be maximum OCD or maximum GTA style, so why not pick an extreme, right? Play it the way you feel comfortable. closing in on our destination. And yes, Blue Reveling, I can imagine that playing the game and listening to a stream of someone playing the game at the same time might be a bit surprising from time to time when you hear sounds that you are really not prepared to hear. Like that. And Henry still hasn't finished his job, has he? He's still out on that 30-hour job, just driving and driving and driving and driving. Jeez. I sure as hell hope that he's going to bring in a big paycheck, because otherwise I'm going to be a bit annoyed. You keep telling me about drivers like Henry, when I much would rather would have hired George. But I am filled with also too much envy, watching Blue Reveling flip a truck like so. From the smash hit Blue Reveling by Arthur D. Wolf. Is anyone in the stream chat even old enough to remember that song? The original, I mean. Every time I start singing on a song from the 60s or 70s on this stream, I feel like, shit, am I going to be able to reach out to anyone at this point? Or is everyone just going to be horribly confused? Blue Reveling is trying to defend his flipping of a truck by saying that he hadn't realized that the game had a physics engine. You were too used to farming simulator, Blue Reveling, where you could roll tractors for shits and giggles. But this isn't that sort of game. It's not that sort of game at all. There we go. Steinbruch Company. Steinbruch. So basically quarry company quarry. I guess they actually need a digger, that makes sense. Oh, Blue Reveling, now you have put me in a spot here. Name one simulator other than this one that has a physics engine that is even close to working properly. Shit. Oh wait, I know. Euro Truck Simulator 1. How about that? Yeah. It probably doesn't count though, since it's basically the same game. Okay, apart from that, shit, this is tough. Why do simulators have to be so crappy? Also, why am I driving at 60 kilometers an hour down a muddy gravel path in a quarry? That seems like a really bad idea. Let's slow down a bit. Hey everybody! Excellent! Not a scratch! That's what I'm talking about. And apparently I'm getting just 1,000 euros just for being the level I am. I like that. Like that. So, Henry, talk to me, where are you? You're still on your way with that freaking ore. You have 15 hours yet left. Oh, good lord. Oh, Henry, Henry, Henry. It's completely ridiculous though that he actually asks for 10.5 euros per kilometer. That doesn't sound right at all. Wow, I mean seriously, if truck drivers were paid 10 euros a kilometer they drove, I would be a truck driver. I mean seriously. In 1 hour's drive you could basically pay your rent. Then you could drive a few more hours every week just, you know, to have spending money. I mean, even if you're only doing like, say, an average of, let's just say an average of 50 kilometers an hour, that's still, you know, 50 euros an hour. That is a shitload of money. This is a ridiculous amount of money. Then imagine on the Swedish law if he was driving at night, so he would get nighttime extras as well. He would be buying his own truck after just a few weeks. Damn. I should never have hired you, Henry. You're terrible. Let's see. Oh ho ho, now this is excellent social commentary right here. Look at that. All 3 male drivers ask 366 euros per delivery and 1044 euro per kilometer. But Susan, who is a lady, only asks 355 and 1014 per kilometer. That right there. I like that. But like that, I don't mean that I like that women are paid less. I like that the game makes a point of the fact that, you know, women pay less, are paid less. Let's see, that's working out fairly well so far. Though I have to say that I'm a bit, you know, if we check the profit per day, my profit per day is currently around 23,352 euros. While Henry's is 159. Henry, I am not impressed, is what I'm saying. Like, Jesus. What the hell? I mean, your profit per day can't even pay for the gas. I would dismiss him, Elster, if not for the fact that he was on the road with one of our trucks. Hey, someone wants coal brought to Zurich. And a ticket to Belgium, but I don't want to do that. A load of coal to Switzerland. I wonder what Switzerland actually looks like in the game. That might actually be sort of interesting. Let's do it. Let's see, where's the green thing I need to touch in order to take a job here? No, seriously, where is it? How do I take a job here? I don't know. Need to find that green flag thing, but where is it? I'm gonna end up driving around like an idiot here. It's probably at the top, I suppose. Let's head up, I guess. Ah, there it is. Yep, as I suspected, right at the entrance. And I'm gonna have to drive all the way down, aren't I? Yep. I would have wasted like 2 hours of my travel time just getting the damn thing on. To remind myself to slow down a bit. And oh look, to no one's surprise, this is what we were going for. The one freaking thing to pick up that was here when I was already down there. Naturally. And off we go! Right, so we're expected Thursday, but it's only Wednesday morning, so if we drive skillfully, we should be able to get there well in time. It is quite a trip, though. 700 kilometers to be perfectly precise. Man, imagine making a 700 kilometer trip with a kilometer payment of 10 euros. My god. That's 7,000 euros in like a day and a half of driving. For those of you who do not feel like bringing up an exchange rate or something, let me just put this into perspective for you Americans. That a euro is currently about, I think, $1.3, almost 1.4, depending on fluctuations in the market. So yeah, that's almost $10,000 for a single job. I wish truck drivers got paid that well. Of course, then everyone would become truck drivers. So maybe it's better that this isn't true. Alright, let's see. Now we're driving something that is both big and heavy, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful. This thing is heavy enough to just basically swing my truck around. And if you're not very, very careful driving something like that, it will jackknife, and it will jackknife hard. So let's try and avoid that, if at all possible. Especially seeing as it's raining too. Right, we're going to Switzerland. Be interesting. I wonder if they've actually modelled the mountains. Certainly hope so, seeing as, you know, the entire point of putting Switzerland as a game is Alps and stuff. Sorry to all you Swiss for me, as you know, equating your nation in video games to a mountain range, but you probably know that I'm right. Switzerland in a game means chocolate, nicely made clocks, cheese, mountains, skiing, and of course banks doing lots and lots of under-the-table shady business. But I doubt there will be much of that in Euro Truck Simulator. But hey, maybe there will be. You never know. Ha! Blood Graveling, the former death metal band member, wants me to add worthless sound guys to their list. Sorry, Switzerland. Norwegian metal bands do not approve. Still, smoke on the water and all that. I'm not going to risk letting go of WASD to shut off my wipers until I... There we go, get on a plane surface again. Right, we're already 1/14 of the way there. Good times, good times. Now we're actually on a proper road, and it's not raining too, so we can drive. Short of our lights too. So, Switzerland. I've been there once. And I only saw the airport. Basically, I switched planes there. I've been there. That's what counts, right? Shit, I can't even remember where I was flying or why. Seriously, what the hell was I doing there? Can't remember. Where was I going? Where was I coming from? Who knows? Still, Zurich International Airport, very nice airport. A bit confusing, but I like the hilarious escalators. Let's see. Oscar wants to know, how many hours have I spent playing Farming Simulator 2013 so far? Roughly, I want to say 16, something like that, maybe 17, since I bought it like 3 days ago? Or rather, had it bought for me 3 days ago, I should say. Had it arranged to be bought for me from someone who owed me a similar amount of money. Yes, Chief, I was playing it last night. But so was Blodgrävling. Yes, Oscar, I have been playing off stream. What I have been doing is grinding up the money to actually get some decent vehicles in there so that we can actually, you know, do something else and sit around like idiots. I got ourselves a nice big ass harvester now. I have 22 hours played according to Steam, yeah, I bet. Steam is almost never correct in that real though. And again, we have to remember that like 80% of time in Farming Simulator 2013 is spent idling and waiting for the game. I usually write, read, even play other games on the side while I have it in a small window, tabbed out. Because most of the time, you know, there's not really that much to do. Just waiting for shit to grow, waiting for workers to finish seeding a field or something. But yeah, if I had actually been actively playing Balls to the Wall Focus on the game 22 hours, that would have been terrible. I would probably also have hated the game by now, but and yes, my farming simulator Shivos, like a mobile farm, which it's, as it turned out, actually did not apply only to me, because apparently people driving in multiplier added to the total distance driven. So when I started the game in single player, I instantly got the achievement. Because apparently you can't unlock achievements in multiplayer either. Same as you can't collect the horseshoes, of which I found exactly one, by the way. And I didn't as much find it as accidentally run over it while I was collecting eggs. I think I also got the achievement for sowing 10 hectares or something like that. Mainly because I had workers just sowing, harvesting, sowing, harvesting, sowing, harvesting, sowing, harvesting, and then like once every 10 minutes or so I would pop in and drive that freaking truck under the pipe. That's basically how you play Farming Simulator. You pop into a tractor once in a while and drive a tipper under a pipe, and then you get a shower of seeds that you go dump off in the silo. Everything else, more or less, the workers can handle for you. And they should, because if you're driving back and forth seeding when a worker could do it more effectively than you, then you are being silly. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Ravster, I have probably about as many hours in single player as in multiplayer, or could that be the right? No, I probably have a few more hours in multiplayer actually. But again, it counts all the stats and so on in the save, which means that everything everyone does in multiplayer actually, you know, applies to the save. So by the time I actually opened the save for the first time in single player, I already had 2 achievements unlocked, more or less. Which is a sort of weird way of doing it, but I guess they wanted to keep it simple. And yeah, my amount of playtime on Farming Simulator 2011, that has nothing to do with reality. Once I actually left the game, I alt-tabbed out of the game, and then I got busy with something else, and I ended up going out and spent something like 8 hours moving about outside, and I came back and realized that I'd forgotten to turn off my computer. So I have almost 10 hours in that game where the game was literally just sitting there waiting for me to come back. And then I have another 10 or 15 hours roughly of me just idling and waiting for giant fields to finish sowing or harvesting. Again, it's not really so much a game that you play as a game that you have on and pop in once in a while. It's only really exciting in multiplayer when you know, everyone can move at the same time, so something is always happening. No, Chief, your chivalry hours are entirely because you were obsessed with the game. Sorry. No takebacks is there. But hey, at least hacking people up with swords and setting them on fire with pots of oil is, you know, acceptable gaming. Farming Simulator is not acceptable gaming. The question is, Dochi, were you in the beta? It might be that they actually count beta hours as well. Huh, you weren't. Well done. In that case, yes, it's probably lying, actually. Still, there is that one guy on SA in a thread who just spoke up and realized that he had something like 3 hours on average per day in Team Fortress 2 since Team Fortress 2 was released for PC. That sort of made this entire thread come to a screeching halt for about a page, and when everyone went, wait, what? And he said that he hadn't really thought about it. You know, it was just his go-to game when he got home from work and was a bit tired, and, you know, on the weekends when he wanted to play, and, you know. He just averaged 3 hours per day since release. Now you might think, oh, was this like 6 months after the game was released? No, this thread, from what I remember, took place something like 4 months ago, maybe 5. So he had the game since the release day. Which, given about half a year of it would have been like, what, 2 years? Maybe a bit more than that? 2.5? With an average of 3 hours played per day. I mean, when you see people who have like 6,000 hours in Counter-Strike and something like and stuff like that, you realize that, you know, 45 hours in Farming Simulator 2011 probably isn't that bad. Oh, nice work, Blue Reveling. You've discovered London. And yes, it is a bit silly that your poor truck driver has actually never left the city he was born in. And he has no idea what the other cities are like. And you discover them for the first time when you reach them. Oh, what is this mysterious place? It's the capital of England. You were born and raised in Birmingham. Oh. Oh, hey. This is sort of neat. An aircraft museum. Too bad that we can't stop over. Right, we're doing good progress, at least we're roughly 60% of the way there. Just scratch myself a bit as a reward. This doesn't look all that much like Central or Southern Germany to me, but... God, please stop bringing up Woodcutter Simulator. I hate that game so much. Now when I finally get around to uploading this, I know that I'm weeks behind at this point, but I don't give a shit. When I finally get around to uploading this episode of Tuesday Trucking and someone hears me say that, they go, "Oh, but Woodcutter Simulator is a brilliant simulator, it's so good. It's everything, it's just like in real life. It's boring, hard, and everyone who does it hates it." And I will report that person to YouTube for being criminally stupid and that they shouldn't be allowed on the internet. By the way, if you're curious why I hate Woodcutter Simulator so much, do check out the Simulator Madness playlist on the channel, where you will find me playing Woodcutter Simulator 2012 and not enjoying it very much. An awful lot of tunnels around here. Now you're probably asking yourself, did my sound card die? Or is the game just really quiet? The game is just really quiet. Let me lean out a bit. There you go. Need those engine noises. I really like the idea of an off-ramp into a Z-curve. That's sure to guarantee a few kills every year. Ah, there we go. Another road signs are actually pointing us to our destination. Means that we're getting close. Only 130 kilometers still to go. Oh, hello. I see mountains in the distance. This be the beginning of our Swiss adventure? Speaking of Swiss adventures, did you know that in the popular Disney TV show and storyline Swiss Family Robinson, the family was not actually named Robinson? In addition, the actors weren't Swiss either. Ah yes, the Swedish Family Robinson. Now, interestingly enough, the Swedish version of Survivor, you know, they'll put people on an island and then secretly feed them behind the stage in order to make sure that they don't die from starvation, is actually called simply Robinson in Swedish, as a direct reference to the first book. Right, we should be in Switzerland about now. Soon. Where are the mountains, Eurotruck? You said there would be mountains. I refuse to drive around in a lowland Switzerland. Thank you very much. There we go, now we're passing the Swiss border, apparently. How the hell did we get into Switzerland without actually, you know, encountering any mountains along the way? That seems a bit weird. Did we happen to pass through the only pass that is so wide that you can't see the mountains to the sides or something? I feel cheated. Breaking the law, yeah! Whoop whoop! I am the truckingest. Oh hey, green road signs now since we're in Switzerland. Nice attention to detail. Wow, this road is thin. Oh god, this is terrible. I hate this. And yeah, gee, that is weird, isn't it? We get the green road signs, which is a great attention to detail, but we don't get into mountains. What the hell? Like seriously, what the hell? I suppose that the broad strokes are flawed while the details are impeccable. And yeah, sure, Blue Drowning. I mean, there are mountains along the northern border as well. I mean, the mountains form the natural border of Switzerland. That's why Switzerland has actually managed to retain, remain intact. Had there not been many mountains on the northern border, it would probably have been part of Germany instead. Certainly the mountains on the south side are more impressive, but still. And I suppose, guys, that yes, that halberds did actually play a good part as well. Swiss mercenaries. Halberds, pikes, two-handed swords, really ornery people with crossbows. Right, now we're entering Zurich. Zurich. Blah. Pronunciation is terrible, it's been a while since I spoke Swiss German. These continuous red lights. Yes, I'm mad. Still, so far this has been a pretty good trip, hasn't it? No damage, no broken laws, no complaints, no loss of control, nothing. It's an almost perfect mission, and we are here well in time as well. In fact, we're here one day early. Ausgezeichnet. Not bad, not bad. I suppose, Bloody Evelyn, that it's... You really, really, really feel there should be some sort of punishment for arriving early, right? But we're not ready to accept that yet. Screw your shit. See, we can get new chassis. Chrome the door handles. At last. At last. Actually, let's see. How are our boys doing? Where are you, Henry? Oh, 5 hours left. Great work. Great work. I've been able to finish 3 entire jobs, and you still haven't arrived yet. Seriously, where are you even? I wish that you could keep track of your drivers on the world map. Just see where they are. Seriously. Let's see, because they apparently don't show up. I know where I am, but where's Henry? That's what I want to know. Man, it could be anywhere at this point. Jeez. I mean, he's going here. And he went from Glasgow, so he's probably heading down to Felixstowe, taking the ferry over to Amsterdam, and then it's basically just a straight drive. How is that taking him so long? Oh well. Oh goodness. Does that icon actually mean toll road? Yes, it does. Holy shit, there's a lot of tolls down there. Once you get down into Italy, there's nothing but toll roads the whole way. Jeez. And hey, Road 1. Yes, I have in fact discovered Zurich. Nice work, game. Nice work. Right, let's take a leisurely drive through this city. Find out, for starters, what is up there. First thing we discover is a red light. Great. Wonderful. Get out of the way, assholes. No, it's a DAF truck dealer. Don't really like DAF trucks, but let's take a look. Oh my god, look at how square those things are. They are so square. Oh, and apparently I am high enough level to buy 3 of these things. So it's actually 460 horsepower, so that's not bad at all. What does preferred truck design actually do? Well, if you... depending on which preferred truck you pick, you start with one truck dealer of that kind already discovered and unlocked. So it's basically so you don't have to drive around looking for a truck dealer in order to drive to buy and drive a truck of that kind. That's all it does. From what I've been able to tell, at least. So you should have it over to garage, get this thing fixed up, and get some gas too. We just turn a corner into another red light. That works too, I guess. Ah, this is depressing. Hello, hey, another red light. But at least it had time to turn green this time. Instead, I'm blocked by traffic. Jeez, that's expensive. Right, let's check our new unlocked paints, because we've unlocked Sunrise. Sweet Supreme. Now, I wish it was rainbow color, but it's actually just custom color, so you can pick any. I know, it's terrible. Let's check our upgrades. Can actually upgrade from a 4x2 to a 6x2 chassis if we want to. I'm not entirely sure what that does in that regard, but can we get some sort of stats, maybe? Can I put in new engines? This has a big, badass engine. Still nothing internally. Also these things, we haven't really unlocked anything of interest either. But we have unlocked, I believe, yes, chrome handles. Why the hell to go for chromed handles? I don't understand. Painted rearview mirrors though, that would actually be sort of nice. Grab Eastern Eagle tires if you like. We can pay 6,900 euros to make a slight cosmetic difference. I don't think so. Well, as usual, there really isn't all that much to do. So, let's take a nap. By the time we finish napping, hopefully Henry will have arrived. Yep, he brought in 2,800 euros. Henry, you worthless piece of crap. But apparently that increased his profit per day to 570. Good work, good work. Now he's just going to spend 31 hours getting back to Glasgow before he can grab another mission. Yep. Yep. Seriously, that's just... Maybe he is a Magikarp, guys, but I sincerely doubt it. I sincerely doubt that. I mean, Jesus Christ, just the fact that I've driven mine 6,763 kilometers. And... I mean... I made a shitload of money from that. With an average... Yeah, average profit per distance, almost 24 euros. Average profit per day, 17,700. Henry, meanwhile, has managed to achieve 250 a kilometer and 570 per day, and that's not counting his 2 days that it's going to take it to actually get back to the garage. I mean... Goodness gracious. I just don't know. I just don't know. Check out work history. Our very first job, which I actually did off screen, I believe, delivering large tubes to the neighboring parking lot. 210 euros, 1 kilometer driven. Good times. Which is the longest one we've driven, actually. Cambridge Kiel was pretty long, 824, and I think that's actually it, isn't it? I don't think we've ever driven further than that. Nope. Got sort of close though, Aberdeen, Sheffield. I like that it states that our total driven distance is 9,446, which means that I've driven almost 3,000 kilometers using other people's trucks, doing quick jobs. There you go. Alright, where do people want things? Zurich to Brno. Bratislava. Hamburg, Dresden, Lille, Brussels, Salzburg, Mannheim, Strasbourg. Oh. A ventilation tube. I see. So it was expected an hour and 40 minutes ago. We're late when the mission starts. That's great. I also like that it's 494 meters. You're paying me 700 euros to bring that shit 494 minutes. You could probably just grab a few guys and push it across the parking lot, guys. Jesus Christ. Question is, can we be bothered with doing driving anymore? I don't know. Wanted to put in a few thousand kilometers today. So maybe we should just call it quits actually for today. It's enough trucking. Still, we leveled up, we became skilled workers, our rating has improved, we're making money, and Henry actually managed to finish one job. So... good work, Henry, I suppose. Yeah. Freaking Henry. Seriously. Freaking Henry. Well, alright. Thank you for sticking around for Trucking Tuesday, everyone. This is the end of today's episode. For those of you who are currently watching the stream, if you hang about, I suppose that we can do something more as well. What will that be, I wonder? Soon you will learn.